Thank you for coming by Tori Magoo 44. Today is the 11th. We're almost up to the 14th, Valentine's Day. Alright, so this is a video on tips on leaving Scientology and tips also on picketing. Just a few reminders. I've had a bunch of people call me lately that are planning on leaving or thinking of leaving the Church of Scientology, and they've either PM'd me or asked me my advice about it. So this is a video, first of all, about that, and then also on picketing. As far as Scientology, the first thing people say is, I'm thinking of leaving, what do you think? And here's what I would say. Having done it for 30 years, I understand very much the position you're in, and having done it all the way up through OT7, trained Class 4 auditor, senior sec checker, been on staff, been in the Sea Org, you know, yada yada. I've done a lot of the different things you can do in Scientology. And number one, I would say, run as fast as you can. Get out. Go. Okay, that's number one. They're going to send you to ethics, and they're going to say, what condition are you in? Basically, the condition when you're thinking of leaving Scientology is doubt, right? And doubt, for people who don't know, you have to decide which side you're on. Obviously, they look at us, the declared suppressive people, as enemies of the Church of Scientology. My only terminal is the IJC, which we may see a little bit more about, soon. But speaking of that, so that's the way it is. They look at anyone who's out and speaking out, exposing any of their abuses, or even just facts about L. Ron Hubbard that they don't want known, or the Sea Org, or Scientology. We're the enemies, right? And so it's like, do you want to be with the enemies or with us, the great OTs who are saving the planet? Okay, so that's a big one, and it's one that keeps people roped in often, over and over and over. Because you think, well, I'm a good person, I want to be on the good side, right? And it's very difficult to realize that they actually have turned into the bad side. They are their own enemies. They are as evil as it can be, right? And all you have to do is think this and ask yourself this one question. If they were good, if they really were as good as they say they are, why can't you come speak to us? I mean, goodness rules out, right? So if they're really good, that's going to show, right? Okay, so there you go on that. You're going to do your doubt formula if you do. They're going to try to nail you for being irresponsible if you still want to leave, right? Another one they say is your PTS, your potential trouble source connected to an SP, like I just showed you, right? Wrong. Okay. These are all just little tricks to trip you into staying, right? So just leave, because they'll say, come on in, you can route out. Don't route out. That's number two. Don't route out. Routing out, their intention for routing out is A, keep you in, B, cave you in so that if you do leave, you will feel so guilty and bad that you'll probably come back, and C, silence you forever so that you won't ever say anything about your experiences. So it's a very, very bad experience, and I don't recommend it for anybody. Just leave. You have every right to walk out of that church and leave, okay? If it was really a church, you would have that right, wouldn't you? I just saw a whole video on the nuns and young women joining the nunnery, and they were in convents, and they were saying they have years to talk about it, think about it. They call them the same thing that Scientology calls us. Oh, they're just apostates. But for apostates, what their definition of an apostate is someone asking, right? It's okay. You can ask the question for a nun. Can you ask a question for a Sea Org member? No way. Once you start asking those questions, you're put over to ethics and you're put into doubt. Or lower, right? Because you're questioning the tech. And if you don't quite understand keeping Scientology working, watch Tori Talks to CFI, because that really explains it. So don't do the routing out. Leave. If you're young, middle, or old, it doesn't matter. If you haven't gotten educated in something that you really love to do, do that. Go back to college, get educated. Especially for young people, you're going to be working for a very, very long time. So do spend the time to get educated in something you love. All right, so then let's say you don't route out, you say you don't want to come. Now they're going to start calling you. You know, you need to come back in. No, you don't. Just tell them now, I can't do it right now. Frankly, I'm done. That's it, right? Now the pressure is going to come on more. They're going to bring your friends or whoever is your opinion leader, whoever you look up to come over and say, look, you know, I don't know who you've been talking to, but, you know, come on. Scientology is the greatest thing on earth, and these guys are a bunch of creeps, so come with us. Don't go with them. You have a right to your life. We're talking freedom, right? You have a right to that. Okay? And ask them, hey, if you're really free, I invite you to come talk with Tori. And I'd be happy to talk with them, and you, anytime. And that's an open invitation I've had since I left in 2000. Come on over, be happy to talk to you. Has one Scientologist taken up that offer? One? Ever? No. That's the answer. They won't talk to me. They can't talk to me. If they did, they'll get declared suppressive. Why? Because that keeps the doors shut on any facts ever getting out for the people that are in what I call the Truman Show. All right, so basically move on with your life, and at the very worst, tell them, here's the deal, I am done. If I have to, I will get a restraining order on you, and I will call the police. And do call the police if they won't stop bugging you. You have a right to do that. But basically, get out and move on with your life. That's my advice. Okay? And for the guys that are coming to Picket, for the Global Picket, Scientology is on edge right now. There's a lot of stuff happening, and they are trying to nail people any way they can. Any way, any shape. So my suggestion is, don't be screaming at them, because they're going to say, it's a hate crime. Which, no matter how bogus it is, you have to think of these people who, you know, roped 15 of us into a courtroom. My crimes were sitting in an empty Red Santa's chair, blocking a driveway, and walking down the wrong side of the street. Now, the judge laughed the Red Santa's chair out of court. I'm going to get you a picture of it in a minute and show you what it looks like, because it's ridiculous. Just imagine a red Santa's chair out in the street. I mean, it's ridiculous. It really is, truly. Wait, hang on. I'm going to get it. I am. Just wait 1 second. I'll be right back. All right. I think it's close by. Hang on. All right, this is just to give you a concept of how extreme these people will go. Remember Hubbard said, it doesn't matter. If you don't have some crimes on them, make them up. It doesn't matter. And get them in court and keep them in court. Okay, so here's my #1 crime. There you go. That's me sitting in an empty Red Santa's chair that was sitting out on the street. These are the bushes behind it, and behind that is a door. So they were saying my crime was, part of the injunction was you could not block a door. And there's a door behind that bush, behind that chair, behind the bush, there's a door. That was one of my crimes. The other one was I blocked a driveway, which I got the videotapes and saw that a UPS truck drove through that same driveway. So that proved I didn't do that. So my final big crime was I was walking from the LMT to Flag, which is about 2 or 3 blocks, and I was on the wrong side of the street with my picket sign, so I had to pay $100. But it just shows you how I spent 2 days in court with their top attorneys on this, just to give you an idea of those bogus crimes. They had 100 cameras in a 4-block area trying to entrap us. So I'm just saying, picket, have fun, but don't be doing stuff that they can later, serve you for and say, you've done blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? It's like, be cool. You know what I mean? Definitely communicate, definitely say what you want to say, but say it in a way so that you're safe and they're not going to be able to snag you. And Scientology, shame on you. Good Lord. I mean, I just can't believe the stuff you guys do. I mean, actually, thank you. Also, you're doing a fantastic job. I mean, it couldn't be better. I mean, we said it in the beginning when Anonymous came out. If they just left, it'd be over. If they just left him alone, it'd be over, because Anonymous would leave in a couple of weeks. But if they do what they usually do, which you did, they're going to be there, and we're on the 2nd anniversary of Anonymous. Yeehaw! All right, there you go. There you go. Wait, there you go. There they are. See? See that, Max? There you go. Anonymous. These are the anonymous people that picket the Church of Scientology and help expose their abuses. Thank you so much. And to everyone else who has helped, thank you so much. And I will see you this weekend. It's going to be a good, kick-ass weekend. If you haven't come and you're thinking about coming, come. All right? And I will talk to you soon. Peace out. I love you.